The Lindner Family Tennis Center has hosted legends. It has witnessed the greatest champions the sport has ever produced. But on this warm August evening in Mason, Ohio, something unprecedented is unfolding. John McEnroe, the 7-time Grand Slam singles champion, the man who won 77 career singles titles and revolutionized the game with his artistry and fire, is standing courtside. His eyes are wide. His jaw is slightly agape. He has come to Cincinnati for the tournament's 125th anniversary celebrations, to reconnect with the sport that made him a legend, and perhaps to catch a few matches featuring the next generation of stars. What he is witnessing is unlike anything he has ever seen. In his prime, McEnroe was the biggest star in tennis. He packed stadiums from Wimbledon to New York, captivated audiences with his genius and his volatility, and became one of the most recognizable athletes on the planet. He understands what it means to be the center of attention. He understands what it means to have fans who will travel across the globe to watch you play. But what is happening right now, in Cincinnati, is something else entirely. The stadium is filled with Filipino flags. Thousands of them, red, white, and blue, waving in unison, creating a sea of color that stretches from the front rows to the highest rafters. The chants are deafening. Laban Alex echoes through the stands, a battle cry that has become the anthem of a movement. The atmosphere is not that of a tennis match, not the hushed, polite applause that has traditionally defined the sport. This is a rock concert, a festival, a celebration of national pride. "I've never seen anything like this," McEnroe says to a reporter, shaking his head in disbelief. "You cannot be serious. This is incredible." McEnroe has seen the best players in history. He has competed against Bjorn Borg and Jimmy Connors, battled through the golden era of tennis, and watched generations of champions rise and fall. He has won Wimbledon 3 times and the U.S. Open 4 times. He has seen it all, but he has never seen a crowd like this for a player ranked 20th in the world. He has never seen a player generate this kind of frenzy before even stepping onto the court. Even the tournament director, who has witnessed Federer, Nadal, and Serena Williams, was shocked by the unique pull of the 21-year-old Filipina. The ticketing system had crashed around 6 a.m. due to an unexpected surge in demand, forcing organizers to find a quick solution before 9 a.m. And if Bob Moran is stunned, imagine what John McEnroe, a man who himself was once the biggest star in the sport, must be thinking. This is not just a tennis match. This is a phenomenon, a cultural explosion, a moment that will be remembered long after the final point is played. And John McEnroe, one of the greatest champions in tennis history, is witnessing it firsthand. "They drop everything to watch her," McEnroe says. "Everything. Their jobs, their sleep, their money. They travel thousands of miles. They take time off work. They spend their hard-earned money, all to watch a 21-year-old from the Philippines play tennis. I've never seen anything like it. Not in my entire career. Not even close." McEnroe couldn't believe it, and neither would you. Events on the WTA calendar. The main draw features 96 singles players and 32 doubles teams competing for 1,000 WTA ranking points, making it the 3rd largest tennis event in the United States, behind only the U.S. Open and the Miami Open. To mark the occasion, the tournament has invited some of the sport's greatest legends. Among them is John McEnroe, the American icon whose name is synonymous with tennis greatness. McEnroe has a storied history with Cincinnati. He won the tournament in 1981, cementing his place among the great champions who have graced these courts. He knows these courts. He knows this tournament. He knows what it means to triumph here. McEnroe has not been a regular presence on the tour since his retirement. He has moved on, built a life away from the spotlight, and focused on his commentary work and his family. But the Cincinnati Open is special. It is one of the oldest tournaments in the United States, a combined ATP-WTA 1000 event that draws the best players in the world. The invitation to celebrate 125 years of tennis history is an honor McEnroe cannot refuse. He arrives in Ohio expecting a familiar experience. He has been to countless tournaments over his career, has seen the crowds, the media, the buzz that surrounds the biggest events. He expects to watch some good tennis, reconnect with old friends, and perhaps reflect on his own remarkable journey. A journey that saw him win 7 Grand Slam singles titles, 77 career titles overall, and become one of the most beloved and controversial figures in the history of the sport. What he does not expect is the chaos that greets him at the Lindner Family Tennis Center. The ticket office is a war zone. Phones are ringing off the hook. Staff members are running from desk to desk. Their faces a mixture of panic and excitement. Tournament director Bob Moran, a veteran of the sport who has seen it all, looks like he has just witnessed a miracle. The ticketing system had crashed around 6 a.m. due to an unexpected surge in demand. McEnroe asks what is happening. The answer leaves him speechless. Alex Eala. Everyone wants to see Alex Eala. McEnroe has heard the name. He has seen the headlines. The young Filipina has been making waves all season, winning her first WTA title in Washington, reaching the 4th round at Wimbledon, climbing to world number 20. But McEnroe, like many in the tennis establishment, assumed it was just another story of a rising star. He had no idea of the scale of the phenomenon. He walks into the stadium and is immediately struck by the sight. Filipino flags are everywhere. The stands are packed with fans waving them, their faces painted with national colors, their voices raised in song. The atmosphere is not that of a tennis match, but of a celebration. McEnroe has seen passionate crowds before. He has played in front of some of the most intense crowds in tennis history. But this is different. This is something else entirely. I've never seen anything like this, McEnroe says to a reporter. You cannot be serious. I've played in front of some incredible crowds. Wimbledon, the U.S. Open. But this is something else. These fans aren't just watching tennis. They're part of something. They're part of a movement. The tournament has undergone a massive transformation in recent years. The Lindner Family Tennis Center now features a center court that seats over 11,600 people. But even with this massive infrastructure, the demand for Eala's matches has exceeded expectations. McEnroe watches as fans stream through the gates, their faces filled with joy and anticipation. They have come from across the United States, from Canada, from the Philippines itself. They have spent their hard-earned money to be here, to support their heroine, to be part of something historic. In Toronto, where there are more than 272,000 Filipinos living and working in the area, the phenomenon had been overwhelming. Now, in Cincinnati, despite a smaller local Filipino population, the demand was just as intense. I heard about the ticket demand in Toronto, McEnroe says. I heard about how they had to move her matches to center court because the demand was so high. I thought it was an exaggeration, but seeing it with my own eyes, it's unbelievable. He turns to Bob Moran and asks him how it is possible. Moran shrugs, his face a mixture of bewilderment and awe. The Toronto tournament, he explains, had to transfer Eala to center court because of the ticket demand the event was getting. Organizers revealed they had never experienced a sellout like this before. The last time a National Bank Open sold out an opening Wednesday was 2 decades ago, courtesy of Serena Williams. And now Eala was doing the same thing, but she was doing it everywhere she went. John McEnroe has seen the best players in history. He has seen the sport evolve, change, and grow. But he has never seen anything like Alex Eala, and he knows that he is witnessing something truly special. You cannot be serious, McEnroe says again, shaking his head. This is incredible. I've been in this sport my entire life. I've seen Bjorn Borg, Jimmy Connors, Pete Sampras, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic. I've seen Serena and Venus, but I've never seen anything like this. Not even close. To understand why John McEnroe is so stunned, you have to understand the sheer scale of the Alex Eala phenomenon. It is not just that she is a good tennis player. It is not just that she has won matches against top-ranked opponents. It is something far bigger, far more profound. Eala has become a symbol. She has become a source of pride for a nation of over 110 million people. She has become a gathering point for the Filipino diaspora, a way for people scattered across the globe to connect with their heritage, to celebrate their identity, to feel united in a shared purpose. The numbers are staggering. In Washington, organizers revealed that ticket demands increased by 80% because of Eala's matches. Filipino fans had bought thousands of tickets even before the tournament began. The stadium with more than 10,000 seats was sold out thanks to the strong interest of the Filipino fans. In Toronto, the phenomenon reached new heights. Tournament director Karl Hale revealed that Eala had generated upwards of 5,000 ticket sales, making the 2,800-seat grandstand court too small for her appearance. Tickets for her first match sold out within hours, and they were forced to move her to center court due to her popularity. "We've never seen a player ranked outside the top 5 have this type of effect," Hale said. A sellout crowd of 10,000 plus followed match point. For the first time in 2 decades, the opening Wednesday night match was sold out. The moment Eala's appearance was announced, seats sold out within hours. It was a response that Hale said was unprecedented for a player outside the top 5. The 10,000-seat Sobeys Stadium was packed mostly with Filipino fans cheering loudly for Eala, creating an atmosphere that even her opponents appreciated despite the difficult circumstances. Eala had been drawing big crowds and packing arenas from the past few months, particularly in Washington, where she eventually captured her maiden WTA Tour title. One vendor at the Toronto tournament even changed their food offerings to cater for the large Filipino contingent in attendance. The support was so overwhelming that Belinda Bencic, the Swiss star who ended Eala's 7-match winning streak, took a moment after her victory to express her appreciation to the fans who had been cheering against her throughout the night. Eala herself was moved by the support. She even called them Barangay Toronto because of how they cheered her on each time she made one beautiful shot after another. "Saya pala dito sa Barangay Toronto." Difficult to put into words, but very easy to be grateful for you all, Eala wrote on her Instagram post. "Feeling the love in ways that I will probably only fully appreciate later. Thank you for allowing me to experience beyond what I know," she added. Despite the setback in Toronto, the current world number 20 was still full of joy as Toronto made her feel very special. "I am quite the lucky one," she concluded. Even the game's biggest stars like Coco Gauff of the United States and Naomi Osaka of Japan have welcomed this as a big development for the women's tour. "I like that Alex brings a whole new demographic to the WTA Tour," Gauff said. "I know you were mostly supporting Alex, but I have to say, it is great to be on a crowded court. I played this tournament for many years, and to see the stadium full, it means a lot." Now, in Cincinnati, the same phenomenon is unfolding on an even larger scale. The Lindner Family Tennis Center, which has undergone significant expansion, is struggling to accommodate the demand for Eala's matches. The tournament drew record crowds in previous years, but the demand for Eala has already exceeded those expectations. John McEnroe watches all of this unfold and shakes his head in disbelief. He has seen the sport evolve, change, and grow. He has seen the Williams sisters bring new audiences to tennis. He has seen the rise of global stars who transcend the sport. But he has never seen anything like this. He has never seen a player who can fill stadiums before she even steps onto the court. They're not just fans, McEnroe says. They're a community. They're a family. They found something in Alex Eala that goes beyond tennis. And that's rare. That's really rare. You cannot be serious. He asks Bob Moran what it is about Eala that inspires this kind of devotion. Moran shrugs, his face a mixture of bewilderment and awe. The Filipino community has been calling in and asking, when does she play? For months now, he says. We've never seen a player ranked outside the top 5 have this type of effect. She's not just a tennis player. She's a movement. McEnroe nods slowly, his eyes still fixed on the sea of flags. He is beginning to understand. Alex Eala is not just a tennis player. She is a symbol of hope, a source of pride, a gathering point for a people who have been scattered across the globe. And that is something far more powerful than any forehand or backhand. As John McEnroe watches the fans stream into the stadium, he begins to piece together the story of Alex Eala. It is a story that defies belief. A story that reads like a script Hollywood would reject for being too unbelievable. Eala was born on May 23, 2005, in Quezon City, Philippines. She picked up a tennis racket at just 4 years old. By the age of 11, she had already made her mark, competing in the WTA Future Stars event in Singapore and winning the Lean Na Inspiration Award. But it was a decision made by her parents that would change everything. When she was just 13 years old, the Rafa Nadal Academy reached out, a turning point that would reshape not just her career, but the future of Philippine tennis. At the academy in Mallorca, Eala trained alongside some of the best young players in the world. She soaked in the philosophy of the sport's greatest fighter, Rafael Nadal himself, and channel it she did. In 2022, she captured the U.S. Open girls singles crown, becoming the first Filipino to win a junior Grand Slam title. Nadal himself sent a congratulatory message. Congrats on this great achievement, and keep the good and hard work. Vamos. The professional tour is a different beast entirely. The step from junior champion to WTA contender is a chasm that swallows promising careers whole. Eala was undeterred. She climbed the rankings slowly but surely, working her way through the qualifying rounds, earning wild cards, and proving herself against the best in the world. The 2026 season marked her arrival. In February, she reached the quarterfinals of the Dubai Tennis Championships. In March, she reached the quarterfinals of the Miami Open for the second year in a row, a run that drew praise from tennis legend Mats Wilander, who compared her unique skills to those of John McEnroe himself. She has hands given by God, Wilander said, noting that her artistry on the court reminded him of what McEnroe did to opponents in the 1980s. In June, Eala reached the semifinals of the Berlin Open. In July, she reached the fourth round at Wimbledon, a historic achievement that made her the first Filipino to reach the second week of a Grand Slam in the Open era. And then came Washington. Eala entered the tournament as an unseeded player, ranked number 28 in the world, without any expectations from the tennis establishment. The tournament was stacked with champions. Olympic gold medalist Zheng Qinwen, defending champion Leylah Fernandez, world number 10 Alina Svitolina, four-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka, and world number 3 Jessica Pegula. Eala defeated every single one of them. She beat Zheng, Fernandez, Svitolina, and Osaka in succession, and then she faced Pegula in the final. The match was suspended by rain. When play resumed, Eala mounted a stunning comeback. She won 16 of 16 first serve points in the second set, won the next 9 games in a row, and clinched a 4-6, 6-4, 6-0 victory that left the tennis world stunned. The win made her the first Filipino to win a WTA Tour singles crown and propelled her from number 28 to number 20 in the WTA rankings. She had added 500 ranking points to her total, the biggest single tournament haul of her career. She then carried that form into the Canadian Open, where 2 more wins stretched her sequence to 7 in a row. Her Toronto campaign eventually ended with a 4th-round defeat to Belinda Bencic. That surge has lifted Eala to a career-high world number 20, but she will be seeded 17th in Cincinnati because 3 players ranked above her have withdrawn. Now, in Cincinnati, Eala is the 17 seed, her highest seeding ever in a WTA 1000 event. She has earned a first-round bye, a privilege that shows how far she has come. As we say, I've come on paper, Eala should be the favorite. She is ranked number 20 in the world, far higher than Lynette at number 68 and Ruse at number 77. She is riding the momentum of a historic title and a 7-match winning streak. She is the seeded player, the one with the bye, the one expected to advance. But tennis is not played on paper, and both Lynette and Ruse have beaten Eala before. Magda Lynette, the 68th-ranked Polish veteran, has faced Eala 4 times in their careers, splitting the series at 2-2. She won their first 2 encounters at the 2024 Abu Dhabi Open and the 2025 Nottingham Open, before Eala fought back with victories at the ASB Classic in Auckland and the Miami Open this year. Lynette is a dangerous opponent, a seasoned veteran with a game that frustrates aggressive players. She has been on the tour for years, has beaten top-ranked players, and knows exactly how to handle rising stars. Elena Gabriela Ruse, the 77th-ranked Romanian, has a perfect 1-0 record against Eala. The pair met at the 2024 U.S. Open qualifiers, where Ruse eked out a 6-3, 1-6, 6-4 win that sent Eala packing before the main draw. Ruse is a grinder, a player who refuses to quit, a woman who thrives on chaos and disrupts opponents with her variety and unpredictability. The head-to-head statistics are not in Eala's favor. She holds a 2-2 record against Lynette and an 0-1 record against Ruse. The math is simple. No matter which opponent emerges, Eala will be facing a player who knows how to beat her. But Eala is not the same player she was in 2024 or 2025. She has improved her serve, strengthened her ground strokes, and developed a mental fortitude that has allowed her to win 7 matches in a row. She has beaten world number 3 Jessica Pegula and other top-ranked players. She is no longer the player who lost to Ruse at the U.S. Open qualifiers or to Lynette in Nottingham. She is a champion, and champions find a way to win. Eala's projected path through the draw is a minefield. She is in the third group of the Cincinnati Open draw with American Jessica Pegula, the player she beat in come-from-behind style to win the Mubadala Open, leading the bracket. Also on her side of the draw is Linda Noskova of the Czech Republic, the 20-year-old who beat countrywoman Karolina Machova in the Wimbledon finals. Analyst projections have number 10 Amanda Anisimova of the U.S. waiting in the third round, and number 7 Linda Noskova in the round of 16. Should she advance further, the path could lead to number 3 Jessica Pegula in the quarterfinals, number 8 Iga Swiatek in the semifinals, and world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka in the final. John McEnroe knows this better than anyone. He has faced his own share of challenges, his own share of doubters and naysayers. He knows what it takes to overcome adversity, to rise above the noise, to prove the critics wrong. And as he watches Eala warm up, he sees a spark in the young Filipina's eyes. It is the same spark that drove McEnroe to 7 Grand Slam titles. It is the spark of a champion. She has the talent, McEnroe says. She has the drive, and she has the support of a nation behind her. That's a powerful combination. But the real test is what she does when things get tough. That's what separates the good players from the great ones. You cannot be serious. McEnroe walks over to Eala, places a hand on her shoulder, and offers a few words of encouragement. He tells her that the path to greatness is never easy, but that it is always worth it. He tells her that the crowd, the flags, the passion, all of it is a gift, a reminder of why they play the game. He tells her to enjoy the moment, to savor every point, to never forget why she started playing tennis in the first place. Eala listens, her eyes filled with gratitude. She thanks McEnroe, then turns and walks onto the court. The crowd erupts, the flags wave, and John McEnroe watches, a smile on his face, knowing that he is witnessing the birth of something extraordinary. August 2026, Mason, Ohio, the Lindner Family Tennis Center. The match is over. Eala has done it. She has overcome the dangerous test, defeated her opponent, and advanced to the third round. The crowd is ecstatic. The flags are waving. The chants of Laban, Alex, echo through the stadium. John McEnroe stands courtside, still processing what he has witnessed. He has seen the best players in history. He has competed against legends, won Grand Slams, and dominated the sport like few before or since. But what he has seen here in Cincinnati is unlike anything he has ever experienced. He watches Eala walk off the court, her face beaming with joy, her arms raised in celebration. He watches the fans reach out to touch her, to take photos, to be part of history. He watches the tournament director, Bob Moran, shake his head in disbelief, still stunned by the ticket demand that has broken every record in the tournament's history. And he realizes that he is witnessing something truly special. Not just a great tennis player, not just a rising star, a phenomenon, a movement, a young woman who has united a nation, inspired a diaspora, and captured the hearts of millions around the world. She's changed everything, Bob Moran told a reporter earlier. We've had great players here before. We've had legends, but I've never seen anything like this. The demand, the energy, the passion of these fans. It's unlike anything I've ever witnessed in my career. John McEnroe agrees. He has seen the sport evolve over the decades. He has seen the rise of the Williams sisters, the global appeal of Maria Sharapova, the dominance of the Big Three. But he has never seen a player who can fill stadiums before she even steps onto the court. He has never seen a crowd so passionate, so devoted, so utterly committed to a single player. This is something special, McEnroe says to a reporter. What Alex Eala has done, what she is doing, it's not just about tennis. It's about something bigger. It's about representing a nation, inspiring a generation, proving that anyone, from anywhere, can achieve greatness. He pauses, his eyes still fixed on the young Filipina. I've been in this sport for a long time. I've seen a lot of incredible players, but I've never seen anything quite like this. She has the talent, the drive, and the support of a nation behind her. That is a powerful combination, and I have no doubt that she will go far. Eala's journey is a testament to everything that makes tennis beautiful. From the cracked courts of Quezon City, where tennis was a luxury, to the center courts of Cincinnati, where she has broken every ticket record in tournament history. From being unseeded and overlooked to becoming the No. 17 seed and receiving a first-round bye. From a 7-match winning streak to a heartbreaking defeat in Toronto. From the heartbreak to the comeback. The Cincinnati Open is the final WTA 1000 event before the US Open, and Eala is making the most of it. She is expected to return to action on Friday, depending on the first-round schedule. The tournament runs from August 13th to August 23rd. The main draw features 96 singles players and 32 doubles teams competing for 1,000 WTA ranking points, making it the third-largest tennis event in the United States, behind only the US Open and the Miami Open. Eala, meanwhile, is also gearing up for the US Open, where she will play in an exhibition match against her American friend Iva Jovic on August 27th at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. She is also expected to play in the main draw of the tournament and will participate in a charity event of the United States Tennis Association Foundation. John McEnroe watches Eala embrace her family, her team, her supporters. He watches the flags wave, the smiles spread, the tears flow, and he knows that he is witnessing the birth of a legend. It's an amazing experience, Eala had said earlier. It's nice to see that the Filipino community is really showing up and enjoying tennis. Hopefully, it will help grow the sport as well and, in the end, give them something new and joyful experience. Maraming salamat sa mga kababayan natin sa lahat ng ginawa niyo mula sa Washington hanggang Toronto at sa lahat ng gagawin niyo pa. Para ti kayong sumusuporta at nagdadasal. Para ti kayong nagupuupuy at kaya tuloy-tuloy lang akong magtatrabaho para sa inyo. From the cracked courts of Quezon City, where tennis was a luxury, to the center courts of Cincinnati, where she has broken every ticket record in tournament history, Alex Eala has proven that champions don't just win matches, they move mountains. And John McEnroe, one of the greatest champions in tennis history, now knows that the Alex Eala phenomenon is unlike anything the sport has ever witnessed. From the cracked courts of Quezon City to the center courts of Cincinnati, where she has broken every ticket record in tournament history, Alex Eala has proven that champions don't just win matches, they move mountains. And John McEnroe, the 7-time Grand Slam champion who wants to define the sport of tennis with his genius and his fire, now knows that the Alex Eala phenomenon is unlike anything he has ever witnessed. They drop everything to watch her. Their jobs, their sleep, their money. They travel thousands of miles. They take time off work. They spend their hard-earned money, all to watch a 21-year-old from the Philippines play tennis. You cannot be serious, McEnroe said. And he meant it. John McEnroe couldn't believe it. And neither will you.